We are Jakeless today.
I know, it's so sad.
I kind of miss the three of us just kind of chilling and making a show and doing our thing. It seems like it's been so long.
I know, it's already October, and you know what's in October?
What's in October?
Halloween. Are you excited for Halloween? What are you going to be for Halloween?
Nothing.
Superman. Do you have any plans, or are you like...
I'll probably... What day is Halloween on?
A Monday.
A
week from today.
Yeah, no, I'm busy that day.
Doing what?
Not celebrating Halloween.
Okay. Well, I'm throwing a party. Okay, and I've never thrown like a real party, and I think it's.
You said you've never even been to a real
party. I've never
party.
been to a real party.
And you're gonna throw a party.
Yeah. So like, but I have people around me that have actually been to real parties. So you're going to a Halloween party, right? Right. What do you expect at a Halloween party?
I've been to like a couple Halloween parties in my day.
Okay.
Usually it's people playing beer pong and drinking, and they're dressed as something, and that's the extent of the party.
And that's it. So that's all I have to do.
I think. Oh, play music too. You gotta be playing music.
Oh, okay. So what kind of music is there? Like you just... Because
I'm
literally
not the kind of music that you and I listen to, that's for sure.
Okay.
This is party music.
Oh, okay. So it's like Drake and Rihanna going
I don't know. I'm not the guy.
Probably.
Your friends who go to parties, those are the people you should be asking.
But you go to parties.
I don't go to parties. I've been to parties, but I'm not a party person.
Oh my gosh, this gives me a lot of anxiety. Cause it's
then why you're throwing a party?
I don't know, because if I don't throw a Halloween party, I'm not going to get invited to a Halloween party, so I need to throw my own.
So what kind of party is this going to be? Is everybody just going to be shit-faced drunk?
I don't know, because...
Or are we going to be playing charades the whole night? What are we looking at?
I don't know. Like charades, I love those kinds of parties. But I don't think anyone else is going to like those kinds of parties. Okay. So that's just something I got to think about. And I have to think about a costume. Like, I don't know. There's too many Harley Quinns out there. A brunette Harley Quinn's going to throw people off. I could just go for like a cat. I can't do the Native American thing because that offends people.
I was a cop last year when I went to Jake had a Halloween party last year. I was a cop to that, so I'll probably be a cop if I go to your party.
Oh, cool. You shouldn't go to my party.
Why not?
Because it's going to be so lame. Like, to be honest, I'm probably going to throw like a little charades in there because that's the kind of person I am.
I'm not saying it's lame to do charades. I was just giving you two ends of the spectrum. There's the charades type of parties, and then there's the nobody, is able to function the next day.
No. But I'm letting you know my party is going to be super lame. Probably. I'm gonna plan it.
So you're literally planning it to be a lame party.
Well, I'm just have low expectations, and then you break the hurdle or whatever, jump the hurdle, and then hopefully it'll turn out okay.
Well, I've been thinking about if I'm going to turn out okay in life, so I'm thinking about colleges. As you and I have discussed, I think this is the good option for me. The safe option is to go to cheap-ass CSUN, whereas you are convincing me to go to a Boston University, a New York University. You want me to go to some, prestigious school.
Yeah, and it's
put me in debt for a good chunk of my life, and I don't understand why.
Okay, well, first of all, CSUN, it's a good college, right? And, it's a good program, but I think you're ahead of the game in terms of, like, video producing and writing and journalism in general. So I think you deserve to go to a school with a really great program because you're a great journalist.
Don't you want to go to a school? Look, for the industry that I'm going into, I don't think it's necessary to go to a school like that when you can get the same degree from a cheaper college.
The same degree. Okay, what did Dave, he came in here and he talked about this girl, and she's 24 and she's at a number 2 market, and you know what school she went to? She went to USC. Now, do you think that the same opportunities would have been presented to her if she went to CSUN?
Yes.
You think so? You honestly believe that?
I think there are certain attributes that people have that make them more attractive to larger markets at a younger age.
Okay, so you think it's just based off USC has great connections. That's how...
And it helps that, somebody has the look and everything. A talented person like the woman he was talking about, who also happens to have that look and that personality, of course she's going to go to a top market. I think she could have skipped school altogether and still gotten that job.
I don't know. I think this market is about connections, right? And there's going to be different connections at something like NYU or USC than there is going to be at CSUN.
That's a fair point, but I don't think that the connection aspect of this thing is enticing me to pay the fee that comes along with it.
But there's also a college life.
That's what got me like thinking about it. You said to me that you want to have the college life, and I would be missing out on a legitimate college life if I went to CSUN. I want to know what a legitimate college life is.
Well, you get to live in a dorm. If you go to CSUN, you're going to live at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to live at a dorm. You don't have to be dependent on your parents. You make every decision on your own, and you live with young adults, and that's kind of cool. Like, I live with my parents and my sister and my dog. That's totally different than living with, Bethany, who's 21 and in a sorority, and Kathy, who's living her life and, going to Bernie rallies or whatever.
Look, maybe when I'm 40 or 50 years old, I'll be looking back in my life and saying, oh, I wish I'd gone to college and done all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point in my life, I don't think I need it. To me right now, I think I can do just fine, and I think you'll be just fine playing charades at your house than you will be at the NYU dorms, Samie.
Okay, so you're not applying? You're not even going to try to apply? You're just going to apply to CSUN, turn it in November 30th?
Give you an idea of how cheap I am. I don't even want to pay the money to apply to those places.
I think you should just try, and there's financial aid. Just see where it goes. I believe in you.
I don't
you should believe in yourself.
That there will be. I believe in myself. That's why I'm confident in the choice that I've already made.
Oh my gosh. I think you should just expand your horizons a little bit and just toy with the idea. Maybe apply. It's like $70 to apply.
Oh.
That's one weekend at the Signal.
My gosh.
Oh. I think you could do it.
Oh, that's just awful.
What?
$70. Do you think I'm a tree that grows money, Samie?
I think this is important. Just pick one. Boston University. I bet you can get into Boston University. Definitely.
I don't have the grades.
For Boston? No, Boston, I think you'll have the grades for it.
No,
NYU is like a reach for me. But Boston, yeah, I think you should try for Boston. Boston's
you
cool.
say that like
so much history.
Austin, you're not getting into NYU. I mean, that's a reach for me, so you're definitely not getting in.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Like, we talked about our GPAs, and like NYU is a really hard school to get into. I think you should still try because you have a really great resume. You've been working at the Signal for a year. Like, that is really attractive to private schools.
It's not going to happen.
That is a lot more attractive than me. Like, yeah, I worked at the Signal for a couple months before applying. Like, it's really cool. Like, you've been there for a year. You're their weekend person. So that's something that...
You're not selling this to me, Samie.
Oh, my
Sorry.
gosh. I made you an email list.
And I appreciate that a lot. That's a very nice thing of you to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I could make you a list of bridges to jump off of, and you still wouldn't jump off those bridges, would you, Samie? You would appreciate the gesture, and you'd move on with life.
If you told me if you made a list of bridges to jump off, I wouldn't like it. I'd be like, oh, are you kidding?
Is that what you'd say?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Well,
you have 3 juicy topics. I want to hear what your first one is.
My first one was actually the Halloween party. Super juicy. But I'm 19, right? And I don't want to be treated like a little kid. And sometimes I have this high-pitched voice, and I'm 5'3" or whatever, and people kind of treat me like I'm a little girl.
Josh, do you see what she's talking about?
Josh, you could be honest, Josh.
I mean, kinda.
Right, exactly. So,
see, what is it about her that gives you that kind of impression that because she says this stuff to me, and I'm just like, Samie, you're a 19-year-old, and you're doing well for yourself. What is it that gives you that impression of her?
I mean, just the way that she acts. Like, she has that little kid mentality. Not to be disrespectful.
No.
You have that little kid like attitude towards life.
Okay.
So,
in other words, you have a positive outlook.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Unlike all of us jaded
Well, I
college
mean, I do have
students.
a positive outlook, but I understand that I give off that vibe that I'm like 12. So I'm thinking like I need to take some steps to become a woman. I think part of it is the look, right? So I'm thinking maybe about cutting my hair, because when you cut your hair, you look a little bit older. It's a little bit more adulty. What do you think?
Most of the people I've talked to have said that they don't really dig the short hair thing on girls.
Are you one of them?
I don't really want to go into my personal preference, but from the numerous conversations I've had with guys that are my age, the consensus seems to be long hair is better than short hair.
Yeah. Well, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and that's what stopped me, is that I've asked like guy friends. They're like, "What? Like, don't cut your hair," you know? And I get
Looking at you, Sammy, I think the long hair fits you. I couldn't picture you with short hair.
Yeah, you just
and see when I think the long hair is better.
okay. Well, I need to take steps to become a woman, so I need to figure that out. I need to figure out my life.
So, do you think you're a little girl right now because you have long hair?
No.
So why is that your first step?
No, to be honest, I don't feel like I'm a little girl. I think I am doing well for myself, and I think I'm on a good track in life, but I think my persona is just super, like, little kiddish, I guess. So that's something that I want to change.
I don't get what that means.
It's like...
Is it your voice?
It's my voice. I don't look very old. I'm short.
Most people would like that. Most people would like looking young.
Well, I think most people would like looking young when they're 30, but when you're 19, you want to look at least 19. You don't want to look like you're 17 or 16. So.
Okay, I take offense to that, because I look young, and I'm almost 21. I look like I'm 19, 18. I still get carded for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, you get carded for things because you're under 21.
Well, okay, yeah, that is true. But I mean, it's a compliment. You got to take it as a compliment.
I know. But I'll take it as a compliment when I'm 30.
This is your conscience getting the best of you, Sammy.
Maybe I'm just insecure. I got to find my way in the world. That's probably what I have to do.
I want to know where these insecurities come from.
Overall, I think I'm pretty secure with myself. I like who I am.
You just said you might want to chop your hair off because you don't feel right with yourself right now.
Yeah. Well, overall, I'm pretty secure, I think. I think I'm, like, intelligent. I think I'm successful, and I think I work hard. I think those are the main things that you need to worry about at this age, and I think I'm doing that.
Okay.
Yeah,
there you go. That's all you need to worry about.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe I just shouldn't worry about
Stop thinking you're a child.
that.
These are the negative thoughts. Just, I don't know what they're doing. They're
Thanks,
penetrating your
Dad.
mind.
Aw, you're the best dad ever. Appreciate it.
Wasn't it your dad that told you that he missed the college experience when he went to CSUN?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think your dad would have been doing if he had went to Boston University?
Oh.
Or
I think he would have had a lot of fun, because he looks back at his young adult life and he talks about traveling and he talks about this, but he never brings up his college years as like being some of the best, because he went to community college, and that's fine. I'm going to community college, and then he went to CSUN. That's cool. He got his degree in teaching, and teaching, they don't pay the best, and so I guess there's no point in going to UCLA for teaching. And I guess you could transfer that over to journalism too.
Wow, it seems like we just figured this one out, Sammy.
I'm not going to give up on my college dream. Ever since I was a little girl, my parents told me that I'm going to a cool college if I work hard, and I've been working hard. And so I deserve to go to I feel like so entitled. I deserve a nice college. I've been working hard. I want to.
And you chase that dream, Sammy, but I'm not going to. We are going to take a break, and we'll be back with 3 more topics. That was Dream Theater's This Dying Soul. It's an 11-minute song, so I didn't feel like taking an 11-minute break. Here we are.
It's a good decision.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the shorter songs from now on. During this break, it kind of got me thinking about these past couple weeks I've had. So, for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been coming off of a prescription drug called Accutane.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a serious drug. Now, what happened with this drug was it kind of reacted with me badly, and it started making me feel depressed. Made me feel sad.
Really?
It did. So, it's tough to fall asleep when you're feeling like that. It's tough to get through your days. It's tough to, even think normal thoughts because your mind is so clouded with all these, I don't know, your head feels like it's exploding in a way.
I actually kind of noticed that about you, but I just thought it was the move and that kind of thing. But
it changed me, and it's been really, really tough. Actually, I wanted to ask if you've had any experiences with depression, and Josh, you can get in on this topic too.
I think whenever I feel like I don't have a lot of friends or something like that, and I get depressed and I get lonely and that kind of thing. So I'd say a little bit, but I don't think I've seriously struggled like some other people.
Doesn't sound like you've had a bout of major depression or anything like that. Not that you can recall.
I don't know. I mean, I was super. I don't want to call it a major depression because I don't want to. Because some people are majorly depressed, and I don't think I've ever gotten to that point. So,
Josh,
I don't think I've gotten to that point. Mm-hmm. Mainly because my mom's a therapist.
That helps.
So,
yeah, cool.
it does help, and it's one of those things where if you have someone that can help you out with that thing, you don't really get as depressed as you could be.
Yeah.
Now I've had to have therapy sessions, quote unquote therapy sessions with my friends that have been in depressed states, and that's it. With dealing with those experiences, I'm not really as depressed as someone that's majorly depressed type thing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's a common theme. You actually see this with a lot of people our age. It's really unfortunate because a lot of people don't know how to deal with it. You say you have a family member, your mom's a therapist, and obviously she's always there to help you. And for some people, they don't know where to go for help, and they don't take care of it. And I can tell you right now, if I'm one of the lucky ones because I stopped taking the drug and I stopped feeling that way. But for some people, it's I don't know, is chronic the word? It doesn't go away.
Yeah,
basically. So I don't know. It's just something I wanted to throw out there and see if there was any discussion. But I'm sitting with two pretty happy folks. So.
I mean, what sucks is watching people go through that. And knowing, you try to help them, you talk to them, you have friends, you call them every night, and you know that they're going through this, and you're worried about them, but you do as much as you can, and it's frustrating when you can't do anything else.
Yep. I just want to throw this out there before we move on. Suicide hotline is 1-800-273-8255. Give it a call if you need some help. I want to move on to something that a lot of Americans probably feel is depressing them, the current presidential election. The 2016 race, Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. So we're about 2 weeks away from doing our live broadcast, and and basically our live broadcast is a Cougar News broadcast. It's our
as well as Canyons Radio.
It's our college here, College of the Canyons. We're doing a live election show on Election Day. It's going to be brought to you by Cougar News, our journalism department, and Canyons Radio, which is the station you're listening to right now. And we're going to talk with local officials, and we're going to give you up-to-the-minute updates on local politics as well as national politics. I wanted to ask you, Samie, if you feel like you've ever been impacted by a president, and do you feel like you'll be impacted by this election as a person of your own age, as a student?
Well, I think up until now, I haven't really felt the effects of George Bush and Obama and that kind of thing. You hear it talked about a lot, but I don't, you don't do taxes, and all of these rules and regulations haven't really affected me. I felt like, I know that they do, and I know that past things led up to the life that we have now and presidential contributions and that kind of thing. But I don't feel like it has. I don't know if you feel that way.
I'd be willing to bet that if you asked most students on our campus, they'd feel like they hadn't really felt a direct impact from a president before. Again, I'm sure, because I'm not incredibly educated on the topic, but I'm sure, one way or another, we've been affected by
definitely, yes,
by President Obama, President Bush, President Clinton, and all of the men before them. But no, I don't think I've ever sat and thought to myself, wow, this situation was caused because of
Obama.
This dude in office.
Yeah.
Nor has an election ever gone by where I'm like, oh, right now I'm going through this in my life because of that election. I've never felt that before. And then we place so much value on these elections, and it's kind of an interesting dynamic to me. I don't know.
Well, I think it's just because we're young and we don't have to deal with taxes and all that kind of thing. But I think this election is going to be the first time where we might be able to have a different answer.
Why do you say that?
Just because, we're in that time in our lives where we're becoming more independent.
Do you think these candidates will do anything for those people who are younger now, who are younger than us, who are going through school now, going through grade school?
I mean, I'm sure they will, but
some of the candidates are talking about making college cheaper, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, that surely will affect, my kids and generations to come if it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, they won't feel it up until they turn 21-ish and they're being more independent and that kind of thing. But yeah, I think, obviously the office is important and we have an important decision to make, and it's kind of scary.
Would you run for president?
Would I run for president? I don't think I'm smart enough to.
Yeah, you couldn't run after all the things you've said on this show.
Exactly. Just this show would be enough to do me in. I mean, Trump is still in the running after that video came out.
That's a good point.
So I don't know. I don't know what's too much anymore.
I think it's kind of a thing, though, that Trump was already, it didn't surprise many people that he already said those things. If you were a clean-cut Samie Giebers politician for your whole life and then you ran for office and all of this came out, I bet it'd be a lot heavier.
That's true. That's true. If Hillary Clinton went out saying, the things that he did, maybe, then people would be like, whoa, that's crazy, Hillary. So, I don't know.
But Trump can get away with so much because he's Trump.
That's true.
When that video came out of him on that bus with Billy Bush, obviously those were horrible things that he said, but it didn't really surprise me that it came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
I didn't,
Yeah.
What do you think Trump is saying when he doesn't think anybody's listening? That's just the kind of guy he is. He says he has that personality.
But also, I know that was super bad and they said that, but I kind of old guys talk like that, right?
Do they?
In the locker room. The locker room talk. I feel like every guy says things like that when they're with their guy friends and they're hanging out and then they're talking about a girl or whatever. They probably use that kind of language.
Yeah, I don't. I've hung out with many people in locker rooms, and it's never gotten to
really
talking about sexual assault like he did. That's
true.
And he's, I think younger people, sure, yeah, they'll say things like that because they don't really understand it.
But when you're
Trump's a 50, 60, 70-year-old guy, and he's making these comments. I don't know how old he was in that tape. I know it was a decade or so ago, but. Yeah, it's shocking that he said that, sure. But it's Trump, so it didn't shock me too much.
Yeah.
I guess it's more shocking that he said it when he had a mic on him.
That's true. That was a little weird, but
especially a TV guy like himself.
Mm-hmm. And Trump, he talks about women, and he doesn't treat them well, and I'm sure he does catcalls. And speaking about catcalls, actually, I was catcalled in Venice.
Explain to me what catcalled means.
It's like, woo, baby, you look good. Or sometimes they say even vulgar things.
So a dude kind of whistled, he yelled out at you.
And
what did this guy look like?
He looked a little Jamaican or something, that vibe, I guess. And he called out at me. He looked like a Venice local, if that says anything.
Okay.
And I didn't feel that's so gross because it was in a public place. I didn't feel unsafe or anything. And it kind of made me feel okay because it made me feel pretty, I guess. Even though girls would get mad at me for saying that because it's you shouldn't catcall girls, and in general, I think you shouldn't.
How old was this guy?
I don't know. He's 21-ish.
He attractive?
He was not bad.
Good-looking guy.
Yeah, right.
Why didn't you, approach him and say, hey?
I don't know, because the guys who do catcall girls are probably not the guys that you want to.
Who are the guys that you want to have a one-night stand with, Samie?
No, I don't want to have a one-night stand with anybody. One-night stands are scary, so I avoid them. So,
did you have a bad experience or something?
No, I just like, when you're a girl, you're like, you want to be secure with whoever you're with, and so you want to like feel like you kind of know that person a little bit, and so like that's my standard.
And you hear this catcall, and you automatically assume, hey, this isn't the kind of guy that I want to be with.
Yeah, but it made me feel like I was attractive, and that's nice sometimes.
It's nice sometimes to feel attractive.
Yeah. Like if a girl
what did he say to you in particular?
Might feel nice.
What did he say to you in particular?
He didn't say anything too raunchy, but he was like, "Hey, baby," and then he kind of like winked at me, and I was like, "Hi," and then we.
So you were walking along the pier or something,
yeah.
Boardwalk, okay. And then this dude, he's selling something. Is that what? What is he just sitting on the?
No,
on
he
the
was
curb?
just walking.
Oh, he just walked by you, and he was like, "Hey."
Yeah. So it made me feel okay.
How'd you deal with it? What'd you say?
I kind of laughed and I kept walking, and then I looked at my sister and I was like, "Hey, he catcalled me," and then we kept walking, and then that was it. Have you ever catcalled anyone?
No.
No,
I don't. I'm not the type to do that.
That's good.
I don't think that's the way to approach.
It's not. It really isn't, though.
That's not appropriate. First of all. It's not appropriate for me to do that. I don't feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, other people, they feel comfortable doing that kind of thing, but I don't. So no, I haven't.
That's good.
Nor have I been catcalled at. I don't think. I can't remember a time when. I don't know. Do people
once in a while
do people
girls will do
catcall guys?
I think they might. I think I can see like Josh is nodding his head. Have you been catcalled, Josh?
No,
women?
but I've known some people who have.
Really? What do they do?
It's kind of the same. Like, okay, the girl is usually like a couple years older than the guy.
Okay, that's what I assumed it was. It was older women saying "egg, cutie pie" or "honey bun" or whatever older women say.
Are those the lines that you use?
That's probably if
you ran into an 18-year-old.
Hey, cutie pie,
hey,
honey bun.
Buns, how are you?
Probably not.
All right. Well, you had an interesting experience in Venice. You're going to go back and hope to get more catcalls?
Probably. Just go and boost my self-confidence.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Why is this such a significant event for you?
It wasn't a significant event. I just think it's interesting because a lot
You're
of
talking
people,
about it like it's been a few days and it's still on your mind.
Well, yeah, but I think catcalls in general.
You're thinking about this guy, Samie. I know you are.
I'm not. Actually, I don't think I think about guys at all anymore because I've gone on. Yeah, no. It's not like that. But I've gone on a few Tinder dates.
Not like what? What are you getting at?
No, I've gone on a few Tinder dates, and I think I'm realizing that, like, I just don't like dating people. Like, it's annoying. I don't like it. It's not fun.
Why not?
I don't know. And, like, all these guys, they seem like they're nice guys. Like, they're decent looking. Like, we make conversation really well, and then I just go home, and I'm like, that wasn't fun. And I don't... And it was a normal date, and it's what you would expect a first date to be.
Is 2 dates you've been on?
I've been on 3. And
I don't know about one of them then.
I can't talk about one of them, actually.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
Sure you can.
I can't.
You just mentioned it right now.
Well, I just...
Thus proving that you can talk about it.
Well, no.
This one was recent.
It wasn't that recent, but I just...
It was within the last 2 weeks.
No.
Oh, it was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
This was this was the third one out of the 3, correct?
Yeah.
So this was the most recent one?
Mm-hmm. And...
Why was it a bad experience?
It wasn't none of them were bad experiences. They were all okay. They were all fine.
Why is it that you cannot mention it?
Well, I don't know. It's just like...
It's somebody that we know, Josh.
Maybe. It was on Tinder.
Is it?
She matched with somebody that we all know on Tinder.
Huh.
Who was it?
I'm not going to say who it was.
Okay, now I want to know.
No, I can't tell you. Because...
So you went into this thing thinking, oh, I've always kind of had a thing for this guy. I've always thought he was cute, so I'm going to like him and see what happens.
Yeah, I guess.
Then when he liked you back, you both, oh, whatever, we'll give it a try.
Yeah, maybe.
And
that's
then you went out on the date, and it turned out to be a little more bland than you had hoped.
Yeah, but that's with every date.
I've enjoyed my dates.
Well, but I don't know. I think maybe I'm just like, maybe I have commitment issues. Maybe I just like can't say I like a person. Maybe that's what it is.
I think you just got to open up on these dates. I mean,
I do.
I
talk about everything they want to know, and
I bet you guys make small talk on these dates.
That's what first date should be, right? Is like, what are you?
They should be
into?
fun. They should be fun, I think.
Okay, so what's a fun conversation that you have on a first date?
I mean, you and I have had a good conversation this whole time on the radio. That's a fun conversation. Talking about life.
Well, part of it is because we know each other, we know each other's background, and.
But my point is that I've had these conversations on these dates too, first dates.
I don't know.
Whereas I bet your dates start off with, oh, what do you do at school? What do you do for work? What's your favorite TV show? Like,
it is. Do you think that's the problem? Is that I'm just not?
I don't know what the problem is. I'm not on these dates, but when you say that you come back from all these dates saying they're nice guys but they're boring, that's what comes to mind.
Maybe I'm being boring too.
Maybe they're boring.
Maybe. But I don't know.
Maybe you're attracted to boring guys.
I hope not. God, there's one thing that I can't hope that I never end up with, and it's like a boring guy that can't make you laugh or can't make you, I don't know, feel anything. And with these dates, I'm just like, oh.
He comes home at 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and honey, I'm home, and you guys sit down for dinner and watch Jeopardy, and then you.
Is this the interesting guy or is this the boring guy?
This is the stereotypical boring household marriage that is on TV all the time.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to end up with one of those.
You more want to have a guy who you guys can go to Venice Beach and both be called at by Venice Beach people, catcalled, as you would say.
Yeah, and one guy was talked about a future already on the first date.
Yeah. That's something that's a no-no.
Yeah, exactly, and that's something I can't do. Is I can't do clinginess. I don't know. I can't text you every day. I can't talk about whatever. I don't know. I just can't do clinginess. Clinginess is really unattractive. Yeah,
when they're right up in your personal space all the time, just like Josh is right now randomly in this broadcast. Josh is right next to me using my computer. He's actually not even next to me. He's actually in between me and Samie. We were making eye contact, and now he has come in and stood between us so that he could use this computer.
I like Skylar's Gmail profile. I don't know what he's doing.
So that's why you can't tell us who this date was, because it's somebody that we know.
It could be someone,
it's somebody that could be listening to this broadcast.
No, it does. I don't know. It could be. It might not.
Wow. Interesting. Gotta get to the bottom of this. I was talking with you yesterday, and you always give me crap for not sending you emojis. So now every now and then I will send you an emoji. And then what shoots back at me? Oh, Austin, your emojis suck.
Okay, well,
so, Samie, what the hell am I doing wrong here?
First of all, you've worked your way up, and for that, I'm really proud of you. You start with, the cool emoji. It's literally a box, and it says cool. And then eventually, I got my first smiley face, and this kind of smiley face, I
sent you a smile. It was 2 eyeballs and a smiley face.
No, but the thing is that this smiley face, I guarantee you, most of you don't know that this smiley face exists because this is the lamest smiley face you could ever send anybody. Okay? And it's the smiley face. It is a normal smiley face, but it's the most normal smiley face. Most of the time, you would send this one. The one where the mouth is open a little bit and the eyes are like, woo!
So to give our listeners an idea here, Samie is saying that it's if you guys look at your emoji keyboard, it's 3 rows to the right and then 2 emojis down. That's the emoji I sent, and Samie thinks it's lame. She's saying which one is the good one?
The one under smileys and people, and it's the one on the second row to the right, 1 over.
Second row to the right. Okay, I wouldn't make that face in person though. That's not me, Samie.
But
this emojis, there's teeth showing in this smile, and the eyeballs look like they're shaped like duck bills. My eyes don't do that. The smile
they
face.
do.
No.
When you smile, first of all, you don't like showing teeth, and I get that. But you do. Like, you smile, you laugh like a normal person, and you laugh with like this. You look like that.
This is great for a radio show, by the way, talking about these visual emojis.
He looks like
I came up with this genius topic.
Nice, like, open mouth emoji, and I think it's just expressive.
And
it makes me feel good.
Let
when
me
you
be
send
with
me...
my emojis, okay?
Okay, I already gotten used to it. So before I was like, oh, he didn't send the emoji. He's probably mad at me, but now I just understand. When you send me the K text, I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
I'll be honest with you. I send emojis like all the time to people, and I know which ones are the good ones. But
you don't send them to me.
Ever since you brought up, like, you've never sent me emojis, I've made a point of not sending emojis to you. And now that I'm starting to, I send you the weird ones.
Wait, so you're doing that on purpose? You just admitted that you don't send me the nice emojis because you know that it bothers me.
I just feel like I feel like I should let you in on the secret now because I don't know, I kind of feel bad.
Okay, this isn't the first time you've betrayed me. Okay, I thought you were 23 years old for 2 years. Yeah, I know we talked about that already.
You did. She thought I was 23. She thought I was 3 years older than I really am. And she thought I had a girlfriend that I didn't have.
Yeah. God.
I don't know. I like being mean to you for some reason.
Yeah, really for some reason, Austin likes bullying me. And Austin likes bullying me. Everyone likes bullying.
Yeah, both
Samie.
Austins like. I don't know. You're just kind of. You're an easy person to bully. I mean,
what is that supposed to mean? Why am I an easy person to bully? Huh? Why? Why do you pick on me?
I don't know. Like right now, like you're getting all worked up over me saying that sentence.
Okay. Okay. You know, I'm going to start bullying you.
She just tapped me.
I pushed
for some
you.
reason.
I pushed you really hard.
She touched my shoulder for some reason.
No, I pushed you.
Yeah, you don't have a future as being the Republican candidate for... Because Trump's a bully. That's where I was trying to go there. It was a joke.
I could handle
I
Trump.
tried to concoct a joke there, but then the words just didn't formulate.
What a loser. I'm bullying him.
How
does it feel? Huh? It feels bad, right? Just like how I feel when you don't send me the emojis when you tell me you're 23. They're not 21.
Sammy looks
20.
like she's about to break down in tears right now.
I know. I'm not going to. I don't cry.
Is that how hard I've bullied you? Like
maybe.
You're just in a fragile state of...
Maybe. That's probably what it is.
Maybe you are depressed. Maybe you need to talk about these things.
You're right.
You need to go to Josh's mom.
You're right. There's so many things that were brought up. I'm insecure. I want to cut my hair.
You're bullied.
Now I'm bullied.
You feel like you're always bullied by all the Austins in the world. Well, I think the show's over.
I think so.
I kind of wanted to interview somebody. Usually we interview somebody on these shows, but I don't know.
What would we interview them about?
Interview. I don't know. What's there to talk to somebody about?
You just find an interesting person.
Go out the hall.
There's nobody interesting out in the hall, though.
You know what we should do next time? We'll grab a random person, and then we'll go on like a mini date with that person. I'll grab you a girl, you grab me a guy, and then we'll see how that goes.
You want to do a first date live on air?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, maybe next time. Something to look forward to, maybe.
That's an idea right there.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I would love to watch you do a first date, and then I can critique it afterwards.
Yeah, and then I could critique your first date.
I'm not a dating expert, but it would be fun to listen to that, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week, Monday, 10 a.m., live on Canyons Radio.
On Halloween.
That will be Halloween.
Yeah.
That'll be the day before. That'll be the afternoon before your party.
That's right. I could give you an update on how it's going to go.
Oh, gosh.
I can tell you what I'm going to be for Halloween. And you can tell me.
If I dress up for anything, it's going to be a cop.
So lame. Okay.
Oh, my God. What's... Look, I'm not going to get worked up over this because I'm not going to get bullied.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll end it on a note of animosity. Is that a word?
Leaving it on a bad note.
Maybe.
Okay.
All right. That should be the goal every time, is leave it on a bad note.
For Josh, our technical director, Sammy, and Austin, we'll see you next week.
Cue us out.